Hello everyone, my name is Spencer, and I'm going to be trying something a little bit different today. I'm going to be doing some WWE reactions, and if it does well, I'm just going to do a video for every Raw, every Smackdown, and every pay-per-view. Without further ado, let's get going. The first segment of the night included AJ Styles, John Cena, and Dean Ambrose, and Shane McMahon. So, it's all started with AJ Styles coming out as the new WWE World Champion, cutting his fabulous heel promos. I like him as a heel. I wish that he was a good guy because I like him, but he really does good work on the mic, which something he was never really known for. Cena interrupted him, and he said he wants a shot at that title because he wants to be a 16-time world champion and become the new record holder. And I was like, are they really going to do this? Because I had the sneaking suspicion that Cena would just go over him because of 50-50 booking, like they always do. And then Dean Ambrose comes out and says, wait, I haven't had my rematch yet. I need to have a match against you too, AJ Styles. And then Shane McMahon says, all right, well, we'll make all you guys happy, and we'll put you in a triple threat match. Well, everybody except for AJ Styles. But this match is going to be a good match, and the segment was absolutely great as promo work from all three was really shining. Dean Ambrose called John Cena a part-timer, which he is, and it was great, and I'm going to go ahead and give that first segment an A+. The first matchup of the night saw the Usos versus the Hype Bros, and basically this match was just a glorified squash match to get the Usos' new characters over as heels, which I really like because I think that they really did need a refresh, and I like where they're going with this angle as these big bad guys that just want to injure people. I'm going to give the segment as a whole a B+ because the match was just okay, but I really do like the Usos' new characters. We then saw The Miz come out with his wife Maurice after defending his Intercontinental Championship successfully at Backlash. Miz is on fire recently, as many of you may know, with his big shoot promo on Talking Smack on the WWE Network. He's just been really on fire lately, and he basically came out and said, you know what, I beat him. It doesn't matter how I beat him, because that's how I work and that's how I do things. And then, of course, Dolph Ziggler comes out again and says, you didn't beat me fair, and I want to beat you, and I know I can beat you fair in a fair match, so let's have a fair match. And Daniel Bryan granted him that wish. Dolph Ziggler never did anything to deserve the match in the first place. What did he do to deserve the rematch? Which is weird, because why am I siding with the heel? I'm going to give this segment a C, because it's really good. Dolph Ziggler and The Miz are really good on the mic and everything, but the logic just doesn't make sense, and for me, has to make sense. Next, we had what was supposed to be a match between Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews, but the match never happened because Baron Corbin basically just threw Apollo Crews around like a rag doll outside the ring. And then Jack Swagger came out for some reason, who knows why, and he said, well, he didn't say anything. And Corbin just went back into the back, like he's scared of Jack Swagger. And then Jack Swagger just said this promo about how he signed with Smackdown and he's off of Raw, and now he's coming for Baron Corbin. I think that this whole segment was a little bit weird. I'm going to give it a C- because Apollo Crews looks really weak, which is not good because I thought they were supposed to be trying to push him, and Swagger's promo wasn't very good. It was not natural, and it basically just sounded like he memorized his lines and came out there and said them. So that wasn't the best segment. Now we had the #1 contendership SmackDown Women's Championship match for Becky Lynch's championship. And I really did like this entire segment. I loved the match. The match was great. Becky Lynch got a huge pop, which is good because she's the big babyface women champion. She just kind of sat over by the announcer's table got a break during the match, and the match was really fast-paced, high action, as most Fatal 5-Way matches are. And I think it ended in the right way because I like Alexa Bliss. I think she's very talented. And she basically just picked up the win because of somebody else. Because Nikki Bella was hit with that super kick from Carmella, and she threw Carmella out of the ring. And then Alexa Bliss won, which was great. So I'm going to go ahead and give this an A- because of the great action in the match. And I really do like Becky Lynch as women's champion, and I like Alexa Bliss challenging her for that championship. Moving on to Heath Slater's contract signing and Rhino and Heath Slater versus the Ascension for the Tag Team Championship. Heath Slater came out with Rhino to sign his SmackDown Live contract and make it all official. It was great, buying a double wide trailer Beulah. I love the Heath Slater thing. He's finally getting a chance to... He really has a lot of talent, and he's finally getting a chance to let it shine and let it come out. And then the match itself, it was the Ascension. The Ascension are basically the super jobbers of the tag team division. I don't even remember them ever winning a match on the main roster since they were squashing people at the beginning of their career. So it was basically just, it was a pointless match. So I'm going to give this segment D+, and the only reason why it earns anything is because Heath Slater did that great thing at the beginning. But the match really brought the entire segment down. I don't feel that the match itself was necessary. We now had the segment of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt are both very good. I like both of them. But the writing in this entire storyline has been awful. And this segment was no exception. Basically, Randy Orton complained about him hurting him at Backlash and said, come out here. And then Bray had that video package like he always does. And then Bray just stood by the announcer's table. Eric Rowan got RKO'd. Bray Wyatt always talks and he never wins, which makes him look really weak. And this entire storyline hasn't really been what I thought it could be. And the grade for this segment, I'm afraid, is going to be a D. Last but not least, our main event of the evening, what ended up being AJ Styles and The Miz versus Dean Ambrose and John Cena. The story around the match was absolutely phenomenal because you have Ambrose and Cena, who had a little bit of a beef earlier in the night in the opening segment, and you have Styles going around the entire show trying to find a partner because Daniel Bryan's like, well, you're just going to have to try to find your partner. And it was great. All those segments where he went up to Kane and Baron Corbin and everybody, those were all very good, and I liked them. And then Daniel Bryan just gives him James Ellsworth as his partner. And James Ellsworth is the jobber that just basically lost to Braun Strowman weeks ago on Raw. And I really did like the build-up to the match. And then The Miz ended up coming in from behind on James Ellsworth, beating him up. And then he's like, I'm the main event. I deserve to be in the main event every night on this show, which once again, The Miz is great. And then, of course, Styles is great likes this very much. And then the match itself was okay. It was more of a mid-card match. It wasn't really a main event match. Didn't live up to expectations. And then at the end of the match, the babyfaces won. And then Dean Ambrose turned on John Cena, becoming a full-blown tweener. You don't know if he's a face or a heel. Guess we'll figure out more about that next week. And that was great as well. I'll give the whole segment an A-. It would be an A+ if it wasn't for the match, because the story is great around the entire match. But that's about it for SmackDown Live. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if it's successful, I might as well just keep doing it. And I guess I'll see you guys next week for Raw and SmackDown, and then on 2 weeks from Sunday, we'll have Clash of Champions, and I'll have reaction videos for all of those. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.